This is the USA Cable Network.
Welcome to the premiere showing of Southwest Championship Wrestling on the USA Cable Network. We want to welcome the network to our huge array of stations, and fans around the world have already viewed us. And it's my pleasure to have here with me today from the USA Cable Network the manager of sports productions, Mr. Marty Brooks. And Marty, it's great to have you in the city of San Antonio, Texas.
It's great to be here, Steve. We are so excited about carrying this program and really look forward to a lot of exciting matches throughout the year.
I know you're going to get your first look at us live. You've viewed us on tape before, and I'm sure you're in for an exciting evening, as all the fans around the United States are.
We know it's going to be an exciting evening, and for those of you who are not aware we're carrying the program, it's going to be seen every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, and then change the time for the various time zones. We're excited about it.
We're excited to have you here, Marty, and we look forward to seeing you in a lot of times here in Texas.
I look forward to being down to San Antonio a lot more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marty Brooks from the USA Cable Network out of New York City, and this man is handling the programming for us here from San Antonio tonight. Thank you very much, Marty.
Thank you, sir.
And over here on my right and coming in now, ladies and gentlemen, the new Southwest Tag Team Champions. And Rick and Ken, I know you're very excited. It's a pleasure to see those belts around your waist.
Thank you, Steve. You know, on Thanksgiving night in Corpus Christi, we had a wrestle exactly, I think it was 3 or 4 times. And the competition was just like, I'd say, probably the toughest I've ever seen it in tag team competition. But myself and Ricky's been a team for about 4 years. We've had these belts, we've lost them, we've had them. We've been up and down, but the people here supported us 100%. And we didn't let them down that night. We had our mind. We said, I told Rick, I said, Rick, whatever we do, don't make no mistakes. I won't make no mistakes, and we'll go in there and we'll win those belts. And that we did, and we really appreciate all the fans, fine support, and everything. And thank you very much, Steve. It's a great honor to carry these belts for the state of Texas.
Thank you, Ken. And Rick, congratulations to you also. And I know you're proud to get your belt back. You thought it was yours all the time.
Well, thank you, Steve. You know, myself and Ken, we trained very hard for this match that was coming up in Corpus Christi. But first of all, I'd like to say hi to all the people on national TV. I'm looking forward to coming to your town. But myself and Ken Lucas, like we said, we got these belts back around our waist to represent the people. And that's just what we're going to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you both very much. They'll be going into the ring in the opening match in just a little while, and we'll have that match for you here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this important message.
For your first match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. A tag team match in the right corner for a combined weight of 505 pounds from Istanbul, Turkey, Ali Bey the Turk. His partner from San Antonio, Texas, Ken Johnson. In the left corner, for a combined weight of 440 pounds, the Southwest Tag Team Champions from Phoenix, Arizona, Ken Lucas. His partner from Memphis, Tennessee, Ricky Morton. Your referee, Jack Howell.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Southwest Tag Team Champions, Ken Lucas and Rick Morton in the ring against Ali Bey the Turk and Ken Johnson. It's Ken Lucas against Ali Bey the Turk to start it out here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. An arm drag, down goes Ali Bey the Turk. There's a tag, Rick Morton comes in. Morton holding on to the left arm of Ali Bey the Turk. Pouncing off the ropes. Oh, he ducked underneath that one. Hooks him with a chicken wing and throws him down. Gets him again with an arm drag. Rick Morton tags out. Back comes Ken Lucas. Staying with the arm. Ali Bey the Turk trying to grab a handful of hair of Ken Lucas. but Lucas got him down first. Backed into the corner, Ali Bey the Turk in front. He didn't see the tag. Morton holds, and Lucas gets out. There's a count. Ali Bey the Turk up. Rick Morton holding on as Ali Bey the Turk puts him into the ropes, throws that open hand into the midsection. The Turk holds Rick Morton as Ken Johnson comes in. Ooh, did he lay one around the hard area. Knee lift. There's a tag. Ken Lucas back in the ring. Side headlock now by Ken Lucas. Oops, shoulder tackle, down goes Ken Johnson. A nice hip tosser. As Ken Lucas, one half of the Southwest Tag Team Champions, controls the match here as Ricky Morton now tags in. Morton goes quickly to the head, holds on to Ken Johnson. Morton ducked underneath, got up in the air for a drop kick, caught him on the side of the shoulder and knocked him down. Quick tag. That's a sign of a good tag team. Of course, all you great wrestling fans know that. Get in, do as much damage as you can. Don't get too tired. Come out, get a little rest, let your partner do a little work, and then swap back out. That's why these two guys are the Southwest Tag Team Champions. Johnson in front, lays a forearm across the chest of Lucas, but Lucas lays one on the bridge of the nose, and Johnson said, I've had enough. Let's get out of here. Ali Bey the Turk comes in. There's a little hair pulling. The referee, Jack Howe, says, watch the hair pulling, break the hold. The Turk get tagged out. Ken Johnson in the ring. Johnson kicking Ken Lucas. But Lucas comes up, takes that arm, twists it around, tags out to Ricky Morton. Double kick as they stretch those arms out and lay the boots to him. Morton staggers him back into the rope. Johnson comes up with a forearm. Morton grabs him by the head and takes him down. Ricky Morton holding on to Ken Johnson here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. There's a tag across the way. And now they're holding the trunks of Morton. The referee, Jack Howe, stepped in between, getting Johnson off of Morton as the Turk was holding the trunks. And you could see when the Turk got his licks in, Johnson holding Morton in the corner. The Turk throws a forearm to the back. Now he pulls Morton out and whips him across the ring. Doubles him up with a fist, and Ricky Morton goes down. The Turk has him up and slams him to the mat. Flies through the air and kicks him as he crosses across the body there. There's a knee from Ken Johnson, who had tagged in. Johnson has him covered up from in front. Morton reaches in, has Ken Johnson up, has a side backbreaker. Johnson bails out of there. The Turk is in. Lucas is tagged in. Lucas goes over and lays one to the forehead of Ali Bey the Turk. Grabs him by the arm. Couldn't hold on. Goes back to the arm. Staggered back into the corner. Morton in now. Oh, and Lucas punching him before he gets out of there. Morton lays the Turk on the ropes and whips him across the ring. Gets that fist to the midsection. Brings him over to Ken Lucas, and Lucas piles him one. Morton takes care of Ken Johnson. The excitement is fast in the ring here in this tag team match. Tag. Knee lift. Down goes Ken Johnson. Lucas has him covered up. There's 1, 2, 3, and it's all over. Ricky Morton had whipped Ken Johnson across the ring, caught him with a fist. Ken Lucas comes in with a knee lift, and it's 1, 2, 3, and the Southwest Tag Team Champions, Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas, the winners over Ali Bey the Turk and Ken Johnson. And we'll be back with more excitement of Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this.
What's new and
With me on Southwest Championship Wrestling, Mr. Pile Driver Bob Sweetan. And Bob, in just a little while, we're going to be showing all the fans at home a videotape recording we made previously here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, where you were in the ring with a bounty hunter. It seems like everywhere you go nowadays, there's a bounty hunter trying to pile drive you, and that's your specialty, the pile driver.
Well, see, the whole thing, I've been getting a lot of letters of people wanting to know why this is all about, why there's a bounty on my head, why Tully Blanchard dislikes me so much, why I dislike him. Well, it all started a long time ago when Tully Blanchard and Jim O'Neill were the tag team champions. They were supposed to defend their belts against Dickie Slater and myself. There was a whole lot of controversy. Anyway, Dickie Slater and I became the champions. Tully Blanchard, the man that he is, went and hired a lawyer. Through a legal technicality, stripped Dickie and myself of the titles. Well, what happened a little while after that, I dropped Tully Blanchard on his head. And the man walked around for a long time wearing a neck brace, crying the blues that he was hurt, and that's when he decided to put the bounty on my head. Now, here's a man that has a lot of ability. The man, whether you like him or whether you dislike him, it doesn't make any difference. The man has got a lot of ability. And why anybody stoops to the things that he does to try to buy people, to do his dirty work for him, is beyond me. I don't know. And like you said before, I think you got a videotape of one of my bounty matches or one of his bounty hunters. Why don't we all take a look at that, and then I'll come back and talk to you a little bit more, Steve.
All right, now let's join a match previously recorded here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Bob Sweetan against the bounty hunter, Vladik Smirnoff.
Fall 10-minute time limit. In the right corner, weighing in at 310 pounds from Russia, Vladik Smirnoff. In the left corner, weighing in at 285 pounds from Round Rock, Texas, Mr. Pile Driver Bob Sweetan.
Well, Tully Blanchard has brought a bounty hunter to Southwest Championship Wrestling who weighs 310 pounds from Russia, Vladik Smirnoff. Sweetan knocks him down. Sweetan rolls him up, but he was into the ropes. Blanchard is staying at ringside. Sweetan hits him. Smirnoff bails out of the ring. I don't know what Tully Blanchard told this Smirnoff to get him here. But you heard Sweetan say that he put up $5,000 just to get him here tonight. He's a big guy, I'll tell you. In behind, as Sweetan was talking to Blanchard, Smirnoff grabs Sweetan, whips him into the turnbuckles. Oh, Sweetan got that boot up there. Bob Sweetan going after the bounty hunter, Vladik Smirnoff. Sweetan uppercuts him with a forearm, and Smirnoff bails out of the ring. Blanchard doesn't like it, and Blanchard is telling him, get back in the ring, get back in the ring. Remember, to get this bounty that Blanchard has put up, Smirnoff is going to have to power drive Sweetan. Sweetan has him by the ears, pulls him to him. Sweetan going for the power driver. He's got him up in the air. He drops him on his head. He drops him on his head. Blanchard doesn't believe it. Sweetan goes for the cover. He's got him 1, 2, 3, and Bob Sweetan quickly takes care of Tully Blanchard. Bounty hunter. Sweetan is going after Blanchard. Sweetan is going after Smirnoff again. Going for another power driver. He drops him on his head. Blanchard is off the rope. Blanchard off the ropes to the back of the head of Tully Blanchard, of Bob Sweetan. Tully Blanchard with the cowboy boots on, laying those boots to Bob Sweetan. Blanchard is really taking over here now. Smirnoff, the bounty hunter, is out onto the apron. Referee Jack Howe gets knocked out. Referee Jack Howe gets knocked out. And Tully Blanchard sees Ken Johnson coming into the ring. Ken Johnson is thrown out. Blanchard putting the boots to Sweetan. Oh, he's opened up a wound on the right ear and the right side of the head of Bob Sweetan as Blanchard really puts the boots to him. Here comes El Santo Negro into the ring. Blanchard sees him. Blanchard kicks him once with a knee. Blanchard going for a power driver. Oh, and he drops El Santo Negro on his head. Bob Sweetan is bleeding very bad on the right side of his head. Blanchard has the boot off. Blanchard laying that boot in there. Oh, what damage Tully Blanchard is doing. Here comes Ken Lucas and Rick Morton. Lucas and Morton have hit the ring, and Blanchard is bailed out quickly. Lucas and Morton have hit the ring, and Tully Blanchard is outside. It looks like he might start coming up in here. I can't believe it. Let me look. Can you, Rick, can you believe this?
That goes to show you, see? Tully,
Yeah, here he comes again.
Close your back's turned.
Tully Blanchard is going wild. He's still into the ring. Bob Sweetan, I really can't believe what is...
He'll fight you whenever your back's turned. He's not but a snake in the grass.
Oh, Ken...
You know, we've had our dealings with these guys, but that man there's got to be the lowest, no-good, stinkin'est rat I've ever seen in my life. You see what he does? He'll fight you if he can hit you from behind. He'll fight you if he hits you from behind. Look at this man's ear, brother. This man's ear's halfway tore off. His ear's halfway tore off.
Oh, Bob...
No cause for that kind of crap, Steve.
That's the worst.
I can't even stand this guy.
He has done so many things in the ring here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Bob Sweetan being helped by the referee, Jack Howe.
We got to get him at the hospital.
There's no cause for this, Steve. Look at this man's ear. It's no cause for this. His ear's halfway tore off.
That's bad, and you know who done it? The
Well,
same man.
we've had our dealings with him. We know what he is. He's a low-down rat. He'll fight you if he can hit you from behind.
Thank you very much, Ken Lucas. As you can see, Bob Sweetan being helped out of the ring. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more of exciting Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. Well, Bob, as a fan saw, I went into the ring right after that incident. I couldn't believe that Tully Blanchard would stoop that low. I thought he tore the ear completely off.
Well, he did everything in his power to disfigure me for life. Now, I have to come up here and I have to admit something. I made a mistake. The man wore that neck brace for 2 extra weeks for the simple reason to get me in a position where I didn't think he could get to me. I was still under the impression the man was hurt. So there was not too much to worry about there. But as everybody saw, the man wasn't hurt. Yes, Blanchard, you got to me. You set me up. You suckered me. But nobody, I mean nobody does that to me. Like I said before, Blanchard, you have the talent and the ability. But you're a sneak. You're a low-down individual. Anybody that comes and does something like that, jumps a man when his back is turned, and tries everything in his power to tear the man's ear off, and then doesn't have guts enough to come in the ring and face him eyeball to eyeball, you form your own opinion of that kind of an individual. Blanchard, you can spend all the money you want on bounty hunters that get to drop me on my head. This is a hold that I worked hard and long for. You know that as well as I do, Steve. There's a lot of time I spend in the gym perfecting that hold. That's my trademark. And nobody, and I mean nobody, does that to me. Nobody's going to pile drive me. A little later on here, I've got Tug McGraw.
Another bounty hunter.
Right, another man has been paid by Blanchard. Another man to do his dirty work. Blanchard, I am getting sick and tired of you hiring people. Sooner or later, somewhere down the line, you're going to have to step in that ring face to face with me and try to be a man. That's what I said. Try to be a man. Blanchard, you keep getting all the bounty hunters. I'm just going to keep right on beating them.
Thank you very much, Bob. We'll see you in the ring in just a moment. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll have that bounty match for you here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. In the right, weighing in at 300 pounds from Clinton, Iowa, Tug Taylor. His opponent weighing in at 285 pounds from Round Rock, Texas, Mr. Pile Driver Bob Sweetan.
Well, another man trying to collect a bounty, 300-pound Tug Taylor. Look at Sweetan, who goes 285 pounds, arm drag him, hooks him again. Bob Sweetan holds on to the head of Tug Taylor. Well, Tully Blanchard, as Taylor goes down, of course, Tully Blanchard putting the money up to get Tug Taylor in here on Southwest Championship Wrestling today. Backed into the corner. Forearm by Taylor. Oh, oh, there's 300 pounds behind that, and I know Sweetan felt it. Trying to go for the power driver already, but Sweetan holds onto the ropes. Knee lift from Sweetan, and Tug Taylor goes down. Sweetan has him covered up in front. Referee checking to make sure it's not on the throat, and it isn't. Taylor tries a fist to knock Sweetan off. He can't do it. There's an arm bar. Bends the wrist back. An elbow to the shoulder by Tug Taylor. To get the bounty that Tully Blanchard has put out, Tug Taylor has to pile drive Bob Sweetan. Of course, Blanchard's hoping that they'll crack one of those vertebrae when they pile drive him, but nobody's been able to do it yet. Oh, he missed that elbow smash. Bob Sweetan as he went flying through the air, and Tug Taylor moved out from underneath. Backed into the corner. Referee says break. The referee here on Southwest Championship Wrestling is Jack Howe. Ooh. Sweetan trying to get things going his way. Lays one to the side of the jaw. The referee says bring him out into the center of the ring, if you would, please. Taylor has Sweetan and rakes the fingers around the area of the eyes. Elbow to the back of the neck, and Sweetan sets on the bottom rope. Sweetan staying on that bottom rope now. Finally comes up swinging. He grabs Taylor by the arm, takes him all the way across the ring, throws him into the turnbuckle, goes in after him, but Taylor had a knee up, and Sweetan is down. Taylor squashes him with that big belly flop. 300 pounds, and it doesn't keep Sweetan down. Here goes Taylor for the power driver. Can he get it? He's trying to get him up. Oh, and Sweetan gets the leverage going the other way and flips Tug Taylor over. Off the ropes comes Taylor. Big forearm to the top of the head, knocks the 300-pounder down. Sweetan grabs him by the arm, whips him across the way, and he got a drop kick up there on the jaw that time of Tug Taylor. Sweetan's 285 pounds, really moves in the ring, and there, ladies and gentlemen, is how the power driver is applied. Got him in between those legs, picked him up, dropped him on top of his head. There's the 3 count. And another bounty hunter fails to collect the money from Tully Blanchard as Bob Sweetan ends up power driving 300-pound Tug Taylor. Stay tuned now, because a couple masked men by the name of the Grapplers 1 and 2 will be stepping into the ring here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this. Tag team combination of the 2 masked men, the Grappler number 1 and the Grappler number 2. They'll be going into the ring in just a moment, but I'll be talking to Grappler number 1, and I know that you were the finalist in the tag team tournament for the Southwest Tag Team Championship, and you were defeated by Ken Lucas and Rick Morton.
It's one thing you got right. We were the finalists, all right. We should have those titles around our waist right now. I want to tell you people something. I'm not worried about all these bounty men, people dropping each other on their head, or all the money Tully Blanchard's got. I ain't worried about that. What I'm concerned about is those Southwest Tag Team titles. And Lucas and Morton stand out here and tell everybody they're the rightful owners of these titles, and they deserve them, and they beat the Grapplers in the middle of the ring. Well, they beat the wrong man, and they know it. Deep down in their heart, they know we should be the champions. They don't deserve to have those titles. But I want to tell you something right now, Lucas and Morton. I'm going to make this a little challenge to you right now. If you're the champions that you say you are, if you're the people's champions, and you got all the guts, and you got the great team, and you think you can beat the grapplers in the middle of the ring, why don't you give us a shot at those tag team titles right here on national television where everybody can watch it? Right in front of all the country, won't you give us a shot at those titles? This is a challenge, boys. If you got any guts, if you're the team you say you are, if you're the people's champion, put the title on the line against the grapplers, because, brother, they got a name for you when you're the greatest wrestlers in wrestling today. They don't call you great wrestlers, they call you the grapplers. Beat us if you can.
There you have the grapplers challenging Ken Lucas and Rick Morton to a Southwest Tag Team Championship match here on national television. We'll have to wait for the word from Lucas and Morton on that one. And now let's go to the ring and join our ring announcer, Marty Martinez.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, one fall, 10-minute time limit, a tag team match. Introducing in the right corner for a combined weight of 490 pounds from parts unknown, the Grapplers. Their opponents in the left corner for a combined weight of 460 pounds, both from Amarillo, Texas, Cowboy Scott Casey, Terry Daniels.
Well, the introductions, of course, the masked grapplers that we talked to just moments ago against the team of Cowboy Scott Casey and his partner, Terry Daniels, who makes his first appearance here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. It's the grappler number 1 against the Cowboy Scott Casey. It's Casey on the ropes, and the grappler gets out of there. The referee, Jack Howe, has a word or two with him. You can talk to these grapplers all the time. They know how to get by with this rule bending once in a while. Casey not staying down very long. Side headlock by Scott Casey, doesn't keep it long. Whoops, shoulder tackle, down goes the grappler. Oh, he looked like he was going to pick Casey up, but Casey moved out of the way. The grappler holds onto the rope. Look at this, Casey taking care of the two masked men. Oh, boy. Scott Casey from Amarillo, Texas, tags down to Terry Daniels. Terry Daniels locks up with grappler number 2 now. Side headlock by Daniels. Daniels bouncing off the rope. He goes over the top of the grappler, and there's a drop kick as Daniels flies to the air. Look at that hip toss. Terry Daniels, exciting young professional wrestler here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, where you get the best from around the world in professional wrestling. Grappler number 2 holding on that top wrist lock. Reaches behind, makes a tag. Grappler number 1 comes in with a knee to the back of Terry Daniels. Grabs him by the hair, slams his head into the turnbuckle. Does it again. Grappler grabs him by the arm, whips him across the ring, catches him with an elbow, knocks the legs out from underneath him. Here he goes for the pin. There's a count. It's 2. Oh, Jack Howe getting a 2 count on Terry Daniels. The tag has been made. Double elbows take care of Daniels. Flying to the air with a double elbow smash that time. The grapplers working as a team, and a great team they are. Can't take that away from him, but don't like some of their tactics sometimes. They are exciting, they are fast, and they are mean. Here comes another pin try, and a grappler number 2 doesn't get it. Daniels didn't see the tag. Grappler number 1 is back into the ring now. Elbow to the top of the head of Terry Daniels as Daniels tries to knock the grappler back, but he can't do it. Now the grappler moves in behind with a face lock. It's up off the throat. Scott Casey yelling in for Daniels to try to make it over. Daniels reached up and grabbed a mask. I think he's trying to get up there and get a little leverage, see if he can pull the grappler over him. And he's using a forearm trying to knock the grappler off, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Daniels is up. Oh, his head is thrown into the knee that grappler number 2 had ready in the corner. Daniels' head slammed into that turnbuckle, and they've been working on Terry Daniels pretty good here, these two masked men. Knee into the small of the back by grappler number 2 as Terry Daniels is setting into the center of the ring. Casey not able to get in to help him out. They're keeping Daniels over on their side of the ring. Casey was trying to reach in to get the tag. He couldn't do it. See, the grapplers as a team know if they can keep Daniels over there, eventually they're going to wear him down. Well, Terry Daniels doesn't have nothing left. He is strong. There's no doubt about it, but you can't take this kind of punishment from two guys who make the quit tags, and they stay fresh. Look at Daniels kick back into the ropes. He still has a punch left, but it's not much to it. Here he comes. Daniels trying to come back against grappler number 1. Daniels with a forearm, and he makes the tag. Casey is fresh. He'll take care of both of them. Ooh, he laid that one right on the chin. Nice slam from Scott Casey. Grappler number 1 is drop kicked down to the mat by the Cowboy, Scott Casey. A nice snap mare there. Takes those boots and rakes them across the face. Uppercut. The tag is made. Daniels is the legal man in the ring, and a drop kick by Terry Daniels on grappler number 1, but the grappler grabs him, holds him in tight, takes him by the arm. Oh, he throws a knee into the midsection of Terry Daniels as Daniels tried to whip, and it didn't work. Beautiful back suplex. Here's the tag. Grappler number 2 coming in now. Grappler 1 has Daniels up. Oh! And grappler number 2 comes flying to the air, clotheslines Terry Daniels off of grappler number 1, puts him down for the count of 1, 2, 3, and the masked grapplers, the winners here as they defeat Terry Daniels and his partner, Cowboy Scott Casey. And ladies and gentlemen, as the grapplers leave the ring, coming in here now, Ken Lucas and Rick Morton, the Southwest Tag Team Champions. And Rick, I'm sure you heard the challenge made to you by these two masked men.
Well, Steve, I sure did, but I'd like to say one thing. You know, the night was in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we won these belts. They had some of the toughest competition all over the United States to come here. Now, I got to have respect for these guys because they was in that last match just like we were. But when the match was over, it was 1, 2, 3, and Ken Lucas and Rick Morton's hands was in the air, and that's all.
Well, Ken,
I think the same way, Ricky, just like he said, Steve. We beat them 1, 2, 3. Great competition and a hard wrestling that night in Corpus Christi. But let me just say one thing. You know, the grapplers made a challenge out here to us, and they said, why don't they put the belts up? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are fighting champions. We are the people's champions, and I'm going to tell you, we come at them 110%. And, brother, if they want to chance these belts, they got them next week. If they've got any guts, and we'll see what's going to happen. We beat them one time before, and we'll beat them again. We'll beat them right here in this ring. 1, 2, 3.
You will defend those titles
next week. 1, 2, 3.
Next week, we'll be here defending these titles.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, on national television. Next week, the Southwest Tag Team Championship on the line. Rick Morton and Ken Lucas defending those titles against the masked grapplers if they'll all put their name on the contract. We'll be back with another exciting match here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, one fall, 10-minute time limit. On the right corner, weighing in tonight at 265 pounds from Dunlap, Kansas, the Hangman, Bobby Jagger. His opponent, weighing in at 220 pounds from Guadalajara, Mexico, El Santo Negro.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we join this match, we were just informed during that commercial timeout that the contracts were signed for that Southwest Tag Team Championship match next week here on national television as the champions. Rick Morton and Ken Lucas will defend their titles against the masked grapplers. So mark that one down and join us here next week on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Bobby Jaggers, the big hangman out of Kansas, throws El Santo Negro down. Also want to remind all you fans who are joining us for the first time that Southwest Championship Wrestling is taped in the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas on Monday nights beginning at 8:30 at 1704 Blanco Road at a building that is called a Junction. There is a slight admission charge, but if you're in the city of San Antonio on Monday nights and want to come out, we'd be glad to see you. Off the ropes, El Santo Negro over the top. Stands up and then drop kicks Bobby Jaggers. Oh, Jaggers can't believe what he's seeing. Side headlock by El Santo Negro on Bobby Jaggers. Hip toss, Jaggers down, just a count of one as he raises that right shoulder. Off the rope. A knee catches El Santo Negro and he goes down. Jaggers reaches in, snaps that head, puts him down and drops across the chest. Now a knee across the chest. A little later on here on Southwest Championship Wrestling today, you'll be seeing the Japanese assassin, the Ninja Warrior, stepping into the ring. Jaggers flies through the air with an elbow, reaches down, grabs the leg, going for the pin, he gets a 2 count. El Santo Negro trying to knock Jaggers back as Jaggers lays one to the top of the head. An elbow knocks El Santo Negro down. Jaggers reaches down, brings him up, takes that boot, kicks him. Ooh, into the corner, El Santo Negro. Jaggers quickly on top of him. Throws one punch and then whips him all the way across the ring the other way. As Jaggers goes in, El Santo Negro drop kick him down. El Santo Negro comes flying off the ropes with a drop kick. Bobby Jaggers may be gone. No, just a 2 count. I thought El Santo Negro had put him down for the 3 count, but not quite. There's the Hangman. Oh, he bounced him off the ropes. There it is. 1, 2, 3. And time has run out on El Santo Negro as Jaggers caught him with the Hangman hold. And it's all over. The Hangman, Bobby Jaggers, wins it. Stay tuned because the Japanese assassin coming up next.
For your next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, 1 fall TV time remaining. Introducing in the right corner from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 230 pounds, Don Carson presents the Ninja Warrior. His opponent weighing in at 236 pounds from Havana, Cuba, El Gran Apollo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Japanese assassin, that's the Ninja Warrior, managed by the fabulous Don Carson. In the ring now to go against the exciting Latin, El Gran Apollo. Look at the Ninja Warrior. Take those sticks. If he ever hits you one of those, that'd be all she wrote. Oh, Apollo gets out of the ring. I don't blame him. Apollo grabs the chair. Bring the chair into the ring. Well, this could get a little wild. I'm glad I'm up here and not down there where the referee Jack Howe is. Carson has got to call this Ninja Warrior off. Get those sticks away from him. I don't blame Apollo for bringing that chair into the ring. Got to have a little something there to protect you. Now Carson gets the sticks away from Ninja Warrior, and El Gran Apollo gives the chair up to the referee Jack Howe. Oh, Apollo says, come on, let's get it on. There's the bell. This is our TV time remaining match. We'll stay with it as long as we have some time left. Let's see who comes out with a power here. So far, it looks like the Ninja Warrior. Ninja Warrior kicking with those bare feet. And Apollo decided, well, I can kick too, and I got boots on. Whoa. Off the ropes, the Ninja Warrior catches the cross-body block by El Grand Apollo, and only a 1 count. El Grand Apollo holding on that left arm. Nice fireman's carry there by El Grand Apollo. Don Carson, the manager of the Ninja Warrior, having some words with the referee, Jack Howe. I think he was trying to say that Apollo used the tights to get the Ninja Warrior in this position, but I don't believe so. Backing to the ropes. Now they're across the ring. Over the top goes El Grand Apollo. This time the Ninja Warrior's there. Reaches in, slams him down. Ninja Warrior comes off the ropes, and El Grand Apollo gets out from underneath of him. Oh, atomic drop, and the Ninja Warrior goes into the turnbuckles and down to the deck. Here comes a count. A 1 count on the Ninja Warrior. El Grand Apollo holding on to the left arm of the Ninja Warrior. Remember, you're watching the excitement of Southwest Championship Wrestling. A reversal there, and a reverse the other way, and back the other way. And it's El Grand Apollo holding on to the left arm of the Ninja Warrior. Well, the referee, Jack Howe, leads Don Carson, the manager of the Ninja Warrior, back to the corner where he belongs. Oh, Apollo ducked underneath that chop, but he didn't get that duck underneath that one, that's for sure. Carson yells something into the Ninja Warrior. Ninja Warrior comes up. Ooh, what a chop that was. Staggers Apollo onto the rope. Another one. That knocks him down. You wondered how many of those big blows El Grand Apollo could take before he went to the mat. The Ninja Warrior lays a fist to the side of the head. 1 minute remaining in our TV time here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And ladies and gentlemen, before we go off the air today, I want to remind you of that big match here on national television next week. The Southwest Tag Team Champions, Ken Lucas and Rick Morton, will be defending their titles against the challenge of the Masked Men, the Grapplers 1 and 2. So you be sure to join us on Southwest Championship Wrestling for that Tag Team Championship next week. El Grand Apollo laying a fist in there, trying to knock the Ninja Warrior off. Goes a few more punches. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Southwest Championship Wrestling, the big championship match next week here. We hope you enjoyed the action. Sorry we can't stay with us any longer as our time has expired. Until then, Steve Stack saying so long for Southwest Championship Wrestling.